Oops, I forgot to join. We're gonna wait on Haley. She is not here yet. But I decided to go ahead and join. So there she is. I decided I'm already live. Um, Haley, you can come on. There you are.
Yeah.
Will you go to my Sneed's Farmhouse page and share my post that I just posted
Yeah.
about you and I going live? I just shared it to Sneed's Farmhouse and I shared it to my Judy Wanninger Sneed page. That way people know. Good morning, Mimi's crazy paws and claws. You sound like either obviously a cat or a dog lover, maybe both. Hey, Miles. You're live. You're not on the replay. We're going to give it a little bit of time for people to join.
Okay.
Look, Haley.
Oh my gosh, you're drinking water.
This is straight up vodka. I told people.
That's the hard stuff.
You know I do not drink no vodka. But I'm calling it vodka. Hey, Stephanie. Oh, Missy, I didn't realize that was you. I get sometimes when like with YouTube, everybody has different names instead of their name, and so sometimes I don't know who people are. How are you? Well, let's don't talk yet. Wait a minute. Oh, I need to get my curling iron. It takes a few minutes for Facebook and YouTube to kick in to let people know we're live. So we'll wait just a second. Are you tired?
Yeah.
You look tired. I mean, not in a bad way. Do I look tired? Because I am tired. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that, Missy. So I'll tell y'all this while we're waiting. Missy, you need to hear this. So yesterday, okay, first of all, Vanson is my youngest son, are going on vacation. Y'all, I have not been on a vacation in 1,400 years, okay? So he called me, and there's this theater show, I can't remember the name of it, in Missouri. So he was like, Mom, can we go to this? And I was like, you know what? Yes, let's go because I need a vacation. So I'm going to leave Kayla and Shane in charge of the farm. We were going to leave on the 31st and stay till August 3rd. So I've been super excited. I paid $200 for the tickets. I paid $300 and something. We're staying in this little barn that has animal. I'm so excited. So then I get a phone call yesterday. He goes, Mom, you are not going to believe this. And I was like, what? And he said, I have been called to be on a reality TV show. I'm like, shut up. And the Beast B. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't watch TV though.
I don't either. Anyway, he's like, Mom, I have been on this. They just called me to be on this reality TV show. And I was like, and he's been dying to be on Big Brother and he didn't get a call back. So then I was like, what the heck? And he was like, Mom, I have to be at something like the middle of July. And I was like, okay, well, that doesn't interfere with our vacation. He goes, but if I pass, we're not going to be able to go on vacation. I went, dude, I just spent $500 on a Airbnb and tickets. He goes, Mom, we got insurance on the Airbnb and you can sell the tickets. I'm like, it ain't about that. I was looking forward to going on vacation. Yeah. I'm like, I don't get a vacation. I forgot Beast. Hang on. Beast B? And I'm like, Vanson, Beast? Like, I can't see you being a beast. And he was like, Mother, it's something about, it's like a brain game on top of a physical game. And they asked him, he told me Eli would be excited, which is my grandson. I can't remember. Let me look up reality show. Reality show dealing with beast? Something? Y'all know what he's talking about?
I have no idea.
I mean, Mr. Beast. I think.
Oh, Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast or something like that?
He's a YouTuber that does these like challenges, and the winner gets like a ton of money.
He gets $5 million. He was like, Mother, if I win $5 million, I promise to give you enough money to get 50 acres. I'm like, you a dang lie. You are not giving me a dime. You're not giving me a dime. But anyway, they called him again last night. And I said, Vanson, are you a beast? Like, are you going to be able to do the physical challenges? Like, Vanson's not really a physical challenge. He said, Mom, they asked me if I could swim in the deep end. I'm like, oh my God, my son's going to drown. But he is a good swimmer. So I have no idea. But Haley, go on vacation with me. I've got it paid for.
I've got orientation for UAH the 2nd of August, or I would.
Well, so I don't know what the heck he's talking about, but
Get Shane to go with you.
Whatever. He has to stay here with the farm. If he
I'll
goes
help Kayla out with the farm.
I don't want Shane to go with me. He's not fun.
Get Kayla to go with you, and I'll help out at the farm.
Okay, I could, but she's got a kid. I could ask her.
Who cares about those kids?
Only you, Haley, would be interested in going to a theater show. I don't think Kayla's a theater show kind of girl. But
if I didn't have orientation, I would go. I'm
thinking about just going by myself.
That'd be fun.
I'm not scared to go by myself. I'm all about. I'll go in there and eat some popcorn and watch the theater show. Anyway, okay, that's enough of that. All right. Where do we begin? Okay, I was thinking about this, Haley. You know, we have such an age gap. You're what, 18 or 19?
17.
Oh, dear Jesus. You know, I always talk about you're 17 and I'm 53. And like, we talk about like stress and anxiety and depression from a 17-year-old's point of view, and then stress, anxiety, and depression from a 53-year-old's point of view. And I think about, as you tell a story, how I can relate to it as a 53-year-old, and as I tell a story, how you can relate to it as a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, you want to check in first and tell me how you've been?
Sure. I went to work Saturday. I made a good amount of money, and then went to my family's house. Sunday, I went to church. It was good. Yesterday, we found out some sad news about a family member. Just like sickness and stuff wise. We found out some bad news. So that was really rough on me. Because it's like, sometimes it feels like when one thing happens, another thing happens, and then another thing happens. Because it's like nothing just goes right. Because I got the stomach bug the night before graduation. Then I got the kidney stones. And then my phone got waterlogged. And then now this is happening. So it's kind of just frustrating. And it's like, there's always something going on. Something always happens. And it's just like, you can't. No one wants that to happen. No one wants to feel like their life is just miserable living. So sometimes people wonder, like, why do people get suicidal? And it's like, well, when you have all these things happening over and over and over, it's hard to just be happy about it.
Let me ask you this. Because I'm not really sure the answer. Are you, like, some people with depression and anxiety, they love chaos. Are you a love chaos person? Or are you like not a love chaos person?
I mean,
does that make sense?
I don't like for things to not, I don't like to not have the answer. Like, I'm struggling with student loans and how to figure them out, how I'm going to pay them, all this stuff. But I don't know the answer to that. And that stresses me out. So like,
Like, you don't understand how you're going to pay them back or how
I don't understand how to take them out. I don't understand who to talk to. I don't understand how to make up a payment plan. Like, I don't know any of this stuff.
right.
So it's like, it's stressful for me because I'm like, okay, well, the school year is about to start. My advisor sent me the classes to register for, and I was like, I've already taken 3 of these.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. I was like, I've literally taken 3 of these. And I was like, if she doesn't get my classes right, I'm not going to graduate on time. Like, I didn't do 2 years of college to have to redo those 2 years.
Right.
And so, like, I'm also having to wait on her because I can't even register for classes. And it's just frustrating because it's like, if I can't do it on my own, then it stresses me out because I want to be able to know how to do it, and I want to know how to do it perfectly.
You know, and this is how I can relate to you, is when Vanson started college, Haley, I felt so alone because his dad wouldn't help me financially. He wouldn't
Yeah.
help me, you know, and then like I was like you, because when he went to Alabama the first year, it was like, I can't remember, $35,000. And I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I can't breathe. And I remember he applied for the student loan through FAFSA, and they did give him a little bit of a grant. So I tried to understand that. But then there was like $10,000 left over that he didn't get approved for. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? And I remember feeling like you going, I don't know what to do. And then they said, you're going to have to get a Parent Plus loan. And I was like, what the heck is that?
But I don't know how to do that. We applied for it and mom got approved, but we don't know how to get the money.
Oh, they automatically send it to the school. But I'm
But
going to tell you what happens. Like, this is what happens. So, like, when you do the Parent Plus loan, and let's say they approve you for $15,000, but you only needed 10,000, they'll send your mom a check for $5,000 to help support you through school in case you need money for gas or food or whatever. But then, like, um, this is what was upsetting to me, is because when I took out the loan, I didn't know if I was supposed to put it in Vanson's name or my name. But I thought in my head, I guess I'll put it in my name because he already has the loan in his name. So I put all this in my name. So then when he graduated, when I talked to them before I even took out the loan, they told me that they would do the payment according to my salary. That was a big fat lie. That was a big fat lie. And so when I got the loan out, you know, it accrues interest.
yeah.
And then when everything was said and done, 6 months after he graduated, they slapped me with a $300 a month bill for the rest of my life until I die. And I wanted to lay in the floor and freaking cry.
Yeah, because that's a lot of money.
I mean, I was like, really? So then I get what you're saying. And I get where, like, when you're on the fence about things and you don't have facts and you can't, like, fall, like, once you have the facts, you can deal with them.
Yeah.
Like, when everything's on the fence, it's like total chaos.
Yeah, and I can't do that because it gives me so much anxiety because I'm like, well, what happens if I don't get a loan and then I'm stuck having to pay $24,000 right out of pocket? Like, I can't afford that. Even if I do a payment plan, I'm not going to afford that by the time the school year's over.
Well, I'll tell you this. So I called a couple of friends that kids had just graduated college to get advice from them. And this one friend of mine, now her daughter got, I think it was $30,000 loan. And then the mom got the Parent Plus loan. The daughter's loan is $50 a month.
Yeah.
And then the mama's loan, she had to go take out a second mortgage on her house. And I thought, I am not about to do that. Well, then when Vanson went back to graduate school, I was able to tell the loan, can I defer the payment until he graduates? So I don't have to start paying that $300 to 2036, which is really dumb because it's going to accrue interest. But in my head, I think I'm going to die paying this loan. Like I will
Yeah.
probably never pay it off. So I'm just going to, I don't know if that's being irresponsible, but I'm just going to keep putting it off
I'm
until
not gonna face it,
I
I'm gonna
die.
run away.
Yes. I mean, I just like, I just
That's
don't
future
care.
Judy's problem, it's not your problem.
I had to just come to grips with, and if I was to talk about this out loud to anybody else, like Shane or Vance's dad going, it must be nice for you to be debt free. And I'm over here with the Parent Plus loan because I'm the only responsible parent that helped our son get through school. Like, if I said all that, it's just mean. And no one cares. No one cares that
No one
I'm
cares.
stuck with this big bill. No one cares. So I have to go in my head. I did what I thought was right to get my son through school. And I'll figure it out. I always do. I always do.
Well, we filled out the application for it, and then mom got the email saying her credit was approved,
Yeah.
but they never sent anything else.
I'm trying to think what I did. I remember whatever amount I got approved for. I remember they sent the money to the school that I owed, and then they sent me a check. And I put that check into a savings account for Vance. And then when he called me and went, Mom, I gotta buy books. They're $300. I would take $300 out of the account, buy his books. Or if, whatever.
Yeah.
I need money for food. I just took money out of that and gave it to him. But it was a pretty good, I want to say it was like $5,000 to $7,000 they gave me for Vanson to live off while he was in
See,
school.
I don't want to take out more than I have to.
I was gonna say, but then you got to pay all that crap back.
Yeah, like I just want to take out what I need to take out, but I don't know how much I need to take out. So I think I just need to schedule like a call with a financial advisor and just kind of talk to them.
Yeah. So
Because
all
like,
that gives you anxiety. Like once
oh
you find out from the counselor, you're able to deal with your anxiety and whatever's going on.
Yeah.
Once you
Like
find
once I can do it, I'll be fine. And like once I can register for classes, I'll be fine. But it's the getting there.
So how can you let me think how to say this. While you are on the fence, how can you keep yourself calm so that you don't get yourself in an anxiety attack? Like,
I just try not to think about it. I just like do anything to
like
not think
where
about it.
distract yourself.
Read, do anything.
Yeah.
Because I read a lot. So I just read.
Yeah.
Because it's just not worth it. Like it's so much. And no one talks about everyone talks about how stressful it is for parents, but no one talks about how stressful it is for the students that are paying their own tuition. Like my mom's not paying my tuition. I am.
Yeah.
So it's not fair that I have to use my mom's income on my FAFSA.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, me not getting any money back off of it because mom makes too much money apparently, even though she's a single mother and we don't have the money for college. I get only loans from the government, but it's only like $5,000. $5,000 when tuition's $24,000 isn't a lot.
No.
So it's stressful. It's like, why? Why? Why?
I know. Well, once you get the facts, you'll be able to deal with it a little better.
Yeah, it'll be okay once I figure it out, but it's the figuring it out part.
But in your head, like when me and you go into, stress and anxiety, in our heads, you know how it always works out and we get ourselves all worked up for a long time, but then at the end of the day, it always works out.
But then what stresses me out is what if I put it off for too long and then it doesn't work out?
But see, that's the thing. That's what people with anxiety and depression do. We what if all day long.
Yeah.
What if this happens? What if this happens? And that what if will drive you insane and make you sick.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I what if all the time. I do. I don't know. I think it's normal for us to what if this happens? What if this happens? But for someone that, okay, like Okay, like for example, I know what my grandmother would say to me if I what ifed. She was like, "Do you not trust?" I'm like, "You make me so mad when you say that." But she did. She would say that to me. She'd go, "Judy, do you not trust in God to know that everything's going to be okay?" And I'm like, "Yes, but I'm having anxiety about it." And she's like, "Because you're not trusting. You're
No,
not
it's not
turning
that I'm not
everything over."
trusting. Yeah, like, I get what you're saying because I'm trusting the Lord, but it's the fact of, is Haley going to take the time out to do this before it's too late? Or is Haley gonna find out all the facts before it's too late?
Well, okay, so are you able to help your anxiety about this? Can you actually call the counselor today?
Yeah,
And
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get off here, I'm gonna email them, and I'm gonna go to sleep
yeah.
because it's my nap time's around 10 o'clock. So I'm like a newborn baby. I sleep every, like, 1 to 2 hours.
Do you do that because you're tired or because your anxiety?
Because I'm on this medication that makes me so tired, but I haven't been sleeping, so I just sleep during the day.
You mean you hadn't been sleeping at night?
Yeah, and it's not because 'cause I'm napping, it's just, like, since we got back from the cruise, I haven't been sleeping well, so I don't know, but my
You
medicine makes me so tired, and sometimes I don't even take a nap, I just lay there in the dark trying to sleep.
you know, when I first got on my medication did that. And I have been on the same medication since 2013.
Yeah.
And to this day, it makes me at night when I take it, I feel like I'm going to vomit. And the reason is because with this medication, if I take this medication during the day, I am you. I cannot function. I am asleep. I am tired. So I have to take this medicine right before bedtime or I'm
And
going
then
to
I
pass
take it at
out
night.
before. Well, the medication requires you to eat at least 350 calories when you take it. Well, who wants to eat 350 calories at 9 o'clock when you're fixing to go to bed?
Shove a Big Mac down there.
So you can vomit with reflux. So majority of the time, I disobey what the pharmacist says, and I do not eat 350 calories. Therefore, every single night, I am about to vomit. And I'm like, I can't. It's like with this medication, you would think after 2013, I would figure it out. But like, I try to take it at supper, but I always forget because I usually take it before I go to bed. And then I used to try to drink a glass of chocolate milk with it to settle my stomach, but then
Oh.
I'm up peeing all night. So
Yeah,
then
see, that's been my problem is I've been up peeing all night.
I'm like, so therefore, and the doctor was like, Judy, look at me. If you do not eat 350 calories with this medication, the medication does not get in your bloodstream. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I,
Yeah, I'd be taking it at supper.
I need to get in a routine. Will you send me a reminder to take my
Just
medicine at supper?
then, like, make an alarm for every day around whatever time you eat supper and name it, "Take your medicine."
Let me do that.
That's what I do because, like, 3 PM every day, I have to take a second dose of Adderall, and it's on my phone for every day, 3 PM meds, and I'm usually asleep, so I have to get up and take it.
Okay, I just set an alarm.
Did
See,
you name it?
how do you name it?
Go to edit and then click the alarm,
Edit
and then
alarm.
it should be titled "Alarm," and then, like, X that out and then put what you want.
Okay, hang on. You know I'm an old fart. Let me put my glasses on.
Put your Meemaw glasses on.
Oh, that's label medicine, medication. Medication every day at 5:30. Okay, maybe if I abide by, you know how sometimes when you take medication for anxiety and depression and all this stuff, if you do not do what they tell you, like she said, Judy, it is not getting in your bloodstream. And we wonder why Judy is the way she is because Judy doesn't listen to the doctor and pharmacy.
I feel
But
that.
I just, and when I take this medicine at 5:30 And then at 7 o'clock when I go put the animals to bed, I'm going to be cross-eyed. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the medicine I take it at night, but it makes me tired throughout the day too.
That is what's so bad about mental health medication. There are so many side effects because, usually, like, if you're really hyper, they're trying to bring you down, and you're like, I can remember my child, Corbin, being on ADHD medicine, and I remember him, like, it changed his personality. He wouldn't eat. He was skin and bones. I was having to send Insure to the school to get him to drink it 3 times a day. It's like that's what's bad about mental health medicine is there's so many side effects.
Well, see, the medicine that makes me tired makes me eat because the Adderall, if I'm just on Adderall, I won't eat. Like, I
Yeah.
lost all that weight, but the Abilify I'm on makes me eat, but it makes me super tired. So it's kind of like be tired all the time, but be healthier, or don't eat.
Isn't Abilify a mood disorder
Yeah.
medication? Yeah. I'm on Trileptal, which is a mood disorder. I mean, a mood stabilizer. That's what they call it. And
Yeah.
I will tell you, there's some times in my life, because I've been on medication since 2006, and there's times when I'm like, I am over taking this medicine. I am not taking it anymore. And I was like, I'm just going to cut back my dosage. My dosage, and I'm not taking as much as the doctor said because the copay is so expensive. I'm not doing this. And I'll try to cut back myself. And I do good for about a week. And then I become a freaking train wreck. And I have to call the doctor and go, hey, I took things in matter in my own hands and I quit taking my medicine. She's like, Judy, if you do that again, I'm putting you in the hospital. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do it again. And I haven't done it again because when she threatened to put me in the hospital to regulate my medication, I was like, oh, I am not going in the hospital.
Yeah, like, I'm not doing that. It's
I
not
am
worth
not.
that.
I am not doing that. So
Yeah.
I have been pretty diligent. There is times when I'm like going to throw up because of my medicine. I look at Shane. I'm like, I am not taking this another day. I'm so sick of throwing up. He's like, you shut up and go to bed.
That's funny.
But yeah, it sucks having medication like you yawning, and like
Yeah.
right now, it's like so you feel sluggish. But sometimes this is what I do. I have been on medication so long that sometimes I think that the medication doesn't work. Do you ever do that?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
you're like, this crap don't work. And then you want to come off of it. And then if you try to come off of it yourself, that's when, and I will tell you, you remember me talking about me getting toxic and I had to go on dialysis?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was one of these times where I was like, my medication is not working. And so I quit taking my nighttime medicine because I thought it was making me fat. This was when my eating disorder was active.
Yeah.
And I was like, I am not taking this medication. I am a fat butt. I'm not doing this again. And so I just cold turkey, without telling a soul, came off the medication. That was a bad idea. So then when I went back to the doctor, that's when she put me on lithium.
Yeah.
And I wasn't eating because I thought the medicine was making me fat. So when she put me on lithium and I didn't eat is when my blood got toxic and I found myself having seizures, almost dead. My legs were black
Yeah.
and I had to go on dialysis. So that day I was like, okay, Judy, you need to get it together. You literally need to get your crap straight because you are not doing well.
I feel that. I understand.
And I remember being in the hospital and they were like, when I was because I was out of it. I was, like, almost
Yeah.
in a coma. So, like, I remember when I woke up, I remember the nurse going, "Were you trying to kill yourself?" I was like, "What is she talking about? Was I trying to kill myself?" And I'm so confused, but I was like, "No." And they thought I had overdosed on lithium. I'm like, because no one knew I was starving myself because
Yeah.
I didn't talk about my eating disorder. So it's like really important when you go to the doctor, if you're having those moments where you feel like you need to get off medication, that is a conversation that you really need to have with your therapist or doctor.
Yep. Because
Because
they understand.
yes, because they're gonna talk you through it. But you just get tired of paying freaking copays. Because I'm gonna tell you something. One of my medications is like, I think it's 350 a month. And I'm
Oh
like, "Is
my
this thing
god.
worth it?" Oh, yeah, because my insurance wouldn't cover it for the longest time because it was a brand name drug and they didn't have a generic yet. So, when
Oh,
I told
that's
the
why it's so
doctor,
much.
I said, "I am not doing this again." And she goes, "I'm gonna give you samples until a generic comes available." And do you know that she gave me medicine from 2013 until about 6 months ago? That's how great my doctor was because she knew I couldn't afford to pay that every single month.
Well, like, I think mine's bad, but mine's only, like each medicine's around $15, and I'm on 5 different medicines.
Well, that adds up.
Yeah, and it adds up when you're having to pay it every month, and then you're having to pay your $35 copay to go to your therapist and psychiatrist every month.
Yep.
Cause like, it adds up. It ends
Yeah,
up being in, like, the hundreds, 200s.
well, when I told you I had to be in I was in California in a dual diagnosis center, and when I came home from that, first of all, I had to pay, I think it was $15 a day. Well, there's 30 days in a month, and I was there for 60 days.
Yeah.
So you do the math. And then I got home and they were like, "You're going to have to do outpatient 3 days a week." Well, my copay was $40. So I had to pay 40 times three. What's that? $120
Yeah.
a week to go to therapy. But I'm going to tell you, at some point in your life, you have to go, "This sucks to pay this much money, but it's the only way I can get better."
Yeah. It's worth it, even
It's
though it
worth it.
sucks.
It's so worth it. My son was talking about therapy and copays, and he was like, "I quit going. I'm not paying this copay." I'm like, "Oh, yes, you need to." But
Yeah.
like for a 20-year-old, they're not paying $120 a week for therapy.
Yeah.
But for someone that's my age that goes, "Okay, if I have to eat ramen noodles every day, I'm going to therapy to get better."
Yeah.
No. But when you have to pay that money out of your own pocket on top of paying for insurance and other bills, you kind of go, "I really can't afford therapy."
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't go to therapy because they can't afford it. And what does someone do that can't afford the copay? I mean, what do you do?
I think the Good Samaritan Health Clinic works with people that can't afford it.
Do you have to go to their therapist?
I think you can go to Haven Counseling because 'cause they're partnered, because I go to Haven Counseling,
I've heard of that.
but I'm pretty sure you can, like, get with them and they'll help you out with, like, medication and stuff.
Good Samaritan?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
I need to call them and ask them to tell me details about it so
Yeah,
that I can refer people if they can't afford a copay where they can go. I
yeah.
always think because I know I haven't been to church in a minute, but when I was going to church regularly, we had a counselor on staff. It was a
See,
Christian.
I don't think I could do that. Like,
What
I
do you
don't think
do?
I could talk to someone no.
Do you
I'm getting
shave?
rid of my mustache, yeah.
Hmm.
I got a thick little stash that grows in.
So what did you say about counseling at church?
There's no way I could do it. There's no way I could tell all my problems to someone I know.
Even if it's a church counselor?
Even if it was a church counselor. Because you cannot tell me 100% that that person isn't going to go tell their family members. And then guess what? Their daughter overhears or their son overhears and they tell their friends. And then guess what? Everyone in the church knows your business.
Well, I would hope a church wouldn't do that, but I can see where your point is.
Like, that's what would scare me. And I just wouldn't want to do it. Like, I wouldn't, like, okay, my aunt, she's a therapist, but she's more like a marriage therapist and like family therapist.
Yeah.
But I could never tell her my problems.
Because she's your aunt?
Yeah. Like, that would just stress me out. Like, why would I want to? Because then you're going to look at me different. And you can't tell me they wouldn't, because if you sat here and you told me all your problems and your life story, I'm going to look at you different than I look at someone like my brother. And if my brother sat down with me and was like, I'm depressed and stuff, I'm going to look at him differently than I would now. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just true.
I guess I'm the complete opposite. I'll tell everybody my problems. I don't really.
Just not my, like, there's some problems that you don't want to talk about with. I guess it's different doing it on the podcast and stuff, but you know, there's some problems you don't want to just tell your family members straight out.
I get that. Like with my eating disorder, I started counseling in 2006. I did not admit that I had an eating disorder till 2013 when I was on dialysis, because I really didn't know it was an eating disorder.
Yeah.
I really thought when I starved myself, it's my own problem. I'm not affecting anyone else. So why does everybody care if I'm not eating?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not hurting anybody, you know? So it took me a long time. So I guess I am like that. I pick and choose what I tell people.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
You're not gonna be talking to your friend. Like, let's say you and your boyfriend had a fight. Like, this is like you and Shane have a fight. You're on the phone with your friend and you're like, yeah, I just can't believe he said that. You might tell her stuff like that, but you're not gonna go, yeah, well, I'm thinking about killing myself because what he said really hit a nerve. Like, you're not gonna say that.
No.
Like, you're gonna keep that to yourself and you're gonna think it, but you ain't gonna say it. And it's things like that.
I get that. I get what you're saying.
So, I don't know.
I get what you're saying. So how do you keep yourself stable?
Honestly, I've asked myself that question a lot this week. It's been a little rough. I lost my duck.
Oh, when you told me that, I got to post your duck. I'm sorry I haven't done that.
Okay. Yeah, we went out there and we don't know if it was from the heat or from the other duck. We don't know. Because my uncle came and got all the chickens out. And when he got all the chickens out, the duck used to play with the chickens. So we don't know if he like got a little too rough with Bubbles or if Bubbles just got too hot. But he was like pinned between the fence and the pool. So we don't know exactly what happened. But his neck was kind of like backwards, like tilted back. So we don't know what happened, but Taylor saw it from my bedroom window. I was laying in bed. Taylor saw it from my bedroom window. He went out there to make sure, and he called Mom, and Mom's like, don't let Haley go outside. Mom calls Andrew, and she's like, hey, you're probably going to need to come over. And Andrew's like, okay. So Mom gets home and she's like, I have really bad news. And I was like, oh my gosh, is it about so-and-so? Because we have someone in our family sick. She's like, no. And I was like, well, what is it? And she's like, Bubbles has passed. And I was like, oh. And I did okay. I did really good. I didn't cry. I went and picked him up and then I kind of lost it. And then when I had to put him in the hole we dug up, I couldn't do it. Like, I was heartbroken. It was probably as bad as when you lost Penny.
Yeah.
Because that was my baby. He was 4 years old.
Yeah.
Like, that was my first, like, this is my pet. This is my pet. Like,
Right.
it was my first
Didn't
time.
your grandmother get it for you or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we went to Chambers, and she bought me a duck, and everyone was like, "You can't raise just one duck," and I did.
Yeah.
I raised one duck, and he lived, like, the best life. He stayed inside all the time. He'd come and knock on the door and come in,
Yep.
but he was my baby, and I put him in the hole, but I couldn't watch them bury him.
I'm
It
so
was so
sorry.
sad.
It's so hard.
It is, and, like, some people are like, "That's a duck," and it's like, "Yeah, well, that duck was one of my dogs."
Yeah.
And, like, some people don't get that,
Right.
and, like, they think it's funny, and it's like, "Yeah, well, when your dog passes away, come talk to me then," because I was as close to that duck as I am one of my dogs or
Right.
my cats. But it was hard, and, like, that was another thing, because it's like one thing happens, another thing happens, another thing happens, and it's like it's really hard to keep yourself stable, but the best thing I've learned is you have to lean on other people.
Yeah. I saw someone talk about the importance of your circle, meaning the circle of people. And I will say that, you know, I only have a few friends. I don't really have many.
Me too.
But
I've gotten more though.
I'm really not I'm not really into I just don't feel like I'm not saying I'm not a good friend because I am a good friend, but like I'm just so busy, with this farm that I feel like that sometimes I'm not a good friend because I can't like call people a lot and and then I feel like people think that I'm ignoring them. I'm like, I'm not ignoring you. I mean, like I wish you could have a camera on me. Like
Yeah.
today, in order for me to go live today, I got up at 5:30, and when I woke up, I was like, "Oh dear Jesus, I forgot to edit my video for today." So I had to get up at 5:30, edit a video, take a shower, go out, do animals before I went live with you. Because today at 10, I have to leave here at 9:30 because I'm finally going to the doctor about my back and my sciatic nerve,
Yeah.
and I'm dreading it because that's going to be a big fat copay too.
Girl, I understand.
They're going to go, I'm going to go there, and then she's going to send me for an MRI. Then I'm going to have to wait for the MRI back come back, and then she's going to tell me I have some type of herniated disc or some crap. And then they're going to send me to a specialist. Then they're going to send me to physical therapy. It ain't going to work. And then they're going to tell me I have to have surgery. It's like copay, copay. I'm like, can't we just get to the point?
Yeah. Like, can't we just figure it out?
Mm-hmm. I did
But
go to the chiropractor, and it didn't help.
really, how long have you been going?
Not long enough. I just
Yeah,
got frustrated because
because I
that's now
stopped.
$15 every time you go.
Yeah, like, I stopped going because I just didn't have the time or the money, and I can definitely tell.
I got frustrated with the chiropractor because I felt like there wasn't a treatment plan. I felt like I'm going spending $15, I'm getting nowhere. Like if I could have had a treatment plan to go, okay, it's going to take this long. You're going to need to come for 8 weeks, 3 days a week. I guess it's probably like you being on the fence. If I
Yeah.
have the facts and I know it's going to take 8 weeks and I need to go every day for 8 weeks, it's going to cost this much money, I can deal with it. But when
Yeah.
everything is like, come back tomorrow, and then like ain't nothing happening, it's not getting better, then I'm like, I'm just wasting money and my time.
See, the way mom does it is when her back and her hips start hurting, she goes to the chiropractor.
Yeah.
So they pop like the thing about the chiropractor is you don't just stop going. Like if you want to get better, you have to keep going continuously. And what they do is they realign your spine. And when they realign your spine or your shoulders or your hips, those will stay in line for a certain amount of time. And it just depends with everyone else. Cause like mom walks a lot with her. Well, she doesn't walk as much as she used to with her job, but she sits down so much having to drive because she drives like all over the world for her job. She drives to like Huntsville, Athens, back to Coleman, back to Huntsville, back to Coleman. So her hips they get out of line really easy. So she has to go to the chiropractor more.
Yeah, you tell her that I'm disappointed with Coleman's McDonald's because
Uh,
I don't
which
really
one?
crave McDonald's, the one right here on 157. I don't
Uh,
really crave McDonald's, but for some reason I was like, I'm just going to go through McDonald's, and I always like order extra ketchup or something so that I know that my hamburger is going to be fresh. You know, my French fries were cold, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was craving salty McDonald's French fries.
I would have cried.
I did. I almost turned around. I was gonna be one of those
Where
people
are my
that
hot French fries? Where are my hot French fries?
they're gonna spit in them, right?
Yeah,
I
that's
was so because McDonald's French fries are the best,
yeah, by far.
by far the best. And I was like, I'm so mad that these French fries are cold. Kaylee, I haven't told you. I gave up all sodas last Wednesday. Are you in shock or what?
I'm very proud of you.
I gave it up. Not really for myself. I know this sounds weird. I gave it up because I know there's a lot of people that follow me, and I need to show them that if I can do it, they can do it. And I'm not just talking about with the Coke Zero, but a lot of people think, oh, I can't do it. I'm too old or blah, blah, blah. I'm like, if I can freaking give up Coke Zero, you can do anything. Because
Yeah.
I was so addicted to Coke Zero. And I thought, let me just be an example to other people to let them know they can change their lives.
Yeah.
It's just about discipline.
And there's nothing wrong with drinking it. Like I drink diet ginger ale every once in a while. Like I might drink one once every 2 weeks, and sometimes I might drink one once every week.
Yeah.
But I rarely have 2 in a week. It's just kind of I have to be in the mood for it.
Drink water.
Water, just water. Sometimes I put flavor packets in it, but if I do, they have no sugar in them, like no carbs.
Wait, you mean sugar free?
Yeah, like no carbs, no sugar.
I have been doing this thing where I go to Sonic and get water and get a shot of peach, because peach is sugar free at Sonic, and it's
Yeah.
like peach water, and it like I crave peach Sunkiss really bad.
Yeah.
They have 180 calories. So when I go to Sonic and get a splash of peach in my water, it's refreshing.
Well,
Learn to
there's
kind of choose different things.
yeah. So at Walmart, the Great Value brand has little flavor packets. They have like blackberry lemonade, raspberry lemonade, pink lemonade, regular lemonade, and they're only like, I think $1 or so.
Yeah.
And it's like a ton of packets, and I love it.
Did I put on blush? Yeah, I'm getting ready because today I'm going to the doctor. Then I'm going to get my Botox. I get Botox every 3 months. It's just
You can get that with makeup on?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's cool. Hey, you wanna know what I found out? If you
What?
put blush on your brush, right, and you want it to have more pigment, you have to dip it into it, okay? So you dip it in, and then you, do this. And it yeah. And then it sets the pigment down, and it's supposed to do more.
Like more color?
Yeah. Did it do it?
I don't know.
You have to, do it straight up, straight down.
With the bronzing things?
Yeah.
Okay, let me try that.
Yeah, just get, dip a good amount on there and then, hit it straight up, straight down.
Hey! It did do better. See, I just need an 18-year-old to teach me how to put on makeup.
I saw it on TikTok, girlfriend.
Oh, I need to be TikToking it.
Well,
I
okay.
gave Kayla my TikTok
Yeah.
because I had almost 12,000 followers, but I can't do YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. I just can't do it. And so I gave it to her, and then she ain't even using it. I'm gonna have to take it back from her.
Well, back to our friends discussion, how you have to have friends to lean on. I always
Yeah.
thought, like, I could do it all alone, and, you
Do
can't.
what all alone?
Like, deal with
Ma
the sadness, grief, anything, any emotions. I thought I could deal with them alone, even happiness. You can't deal with happiness alone. You need to share, like, great things that are happening with you, and I'm not saying you need to idolize these people, like, you need to lean on God first off, but nothing's wrong with leaning on your friends when you're down.
Well, to me, I talk because I feel like we're all walking testimonies.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
feel like when we share our story, other people can relate. I mean, in different ways. Like you
Yeah.
might not be able to relate to me because you don't have a farm, but you can relate to me in a different way with what I'm talking about. And
Yeah.
so I feel like sharing your testimony is, I feel like that's why God puts us through what we went through.
Oh, yeah, because he wants us to share and he wants us to lead other people into, like, the light and stuff.
Right.
So, I'm
Well,
definitely really big on that.
yeah. Well, I am fixing to, oh, I just screwed up.
Is your
I put
dog in the background on your bed?
at my unmade bed.
Is there one under the blanket right there? I saw the blanket moving. I saw
these, these, these spoiled dogs, they are
it. It was like, "Excuse
so
me."
rotten.
It's like,
They're so
"Excuse me, I'm napping."
rotten. Leave me alone, Mom. I wish you'd get off your live and quit talking so I can sleep.
All mine are outside. I was like, "Y'all are going outside while I do this."
I need to make announcement. My son just sent me 13 text messages. So I'm taking it is that he's fixing to be on this reality show. Okay, hang on just a minute. Let me read them. Hang on. Let me post this real quick. Haley, do you think he's fixing to be on this reality show?
I mean, if he sent you 13 text messages, he's either
I
really
think
sad or really
okay,
happy.
let me read them to y'all. Hang on. Oh my gosh, my child. Oh, he's not. He's sending me wedding pictures of. He's sending me wedding picture. He was in his best friend's wedding. I thought it was fixing to be. This was Vanson's best friend in high school. This girl that got married.
Aw.
I thought he was fixing to tell me. Let me ask him what the name of it is. What is the name of the reality? I thought for sure he was fixing to tell me something. I'm trying to talk him in to having a pig party at his apartment and me bring all the baby pigs over, and he ain't going for it. I thought his friends would love that.
That sounds fun. I'm excited for Saturday.
I hope it goes well.
Have you had people sign up?
The pigs got fixed yesterday,
Yeah.
and I made sure that they would be okay to get in the water, and he said yes. We have, I think, 4 families coming, so it's not going to be too crowded.
Yeah.
But the pool is pretty big, so 3 families can get in that pool easily.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of parents sitting it out and wanting their kids to get in there with piglets. Well, I can't keep up with all these kids and piglets. So, like, I'm fixing to send messages to these parents and go, you have choices. You can sit it out or you can swim, and you're going to swim to Saturday. So, bring something to get wet because there's no way that I can keep my eyes on all your kids.
Yeah.
And these piglets. My job is to keep my eyes on the piglets. So you're going to need to get into the pool because I think some of these kids are really young.
You can do one family at a time
I thought about that too.
and do like 10 minutes or something.
But I just feel like that these parents are not going to want to get wet Because I know that if I was taking my kids, I probably wouldn't want to get wet either.
Oh, girl, I'm all for it. What are you wearing?
I sure ain't wearing a swimsuit. I don't know. Maybe just shorts. Look, my legs are nasty, and I will be in left field if I wear a swimsuit. You're cute in a swimsuit. Maybe I'll make you get in the pool, and I'll just sit it out.
I thought I could wear like a one piece and some shorts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I might could do that. But anyway, yes, I'm going live. So I just put my glasses on. Here's Kayla. Yes, I'm going live Saturday. Haley will be with me. We're going live at 10 o'clock Saturday. And let me look to see how many families to make sure.
It's going to be so fun. I'm so excited.
I've got to go buy a stand.
Yeah.
All I have is a flip stand. And I got to go buy a stand so that when I go live that.
I thought you had one. I thought that's what we used to film the podcast the first time.
Can I just tell you that my animals ruin it? I got to the point where I was like, I'm not doing it anymore. They've ruined so many stands.
How do they do it?
They knock them over. There's 4 families. There's a family of 3, a family of 2, a family of 6, and a family of 5. The family of 6. Oh Lord, Mason just told me I can't be telling people. Does he know I'm live with you and I'm telling all his business?
I hope not.
Oh, okay. I won't say a word.
Yeah, no problem, Vance.
Okay, this is what he sent all these pictures, and I sent it back. What is the name of the reality show? And he said, you can't be telling people. And thanks for ignoring every picture that I sent you.
Jane said our lips are sealed. Hey, they better be. Vincent will come get you.
I'm just going to say, oops. I'm not going to tell him that I did, and I'm not going to say that I didn't. And I'll start talking about the pictures. The pictures were
beautiful.
Fabulous. They really are fabulous. Okay. I got to go get this party started and go find out how much my copay is to have an MRI.
So fun.
Because I'm pretty sure that's going to be the next step. But my life has slowed down a lot. Like, I don't have anything this week besides Thursday, I'm going to a library. So my life, so that I can take care of myself physically. And I need to take care of this back because I'm not sleeping well. I'm not driving in a car well. It hurts like a mother. That sounded bad, didn't it? I was going to say scratcher, mother scratcher, but that didn't sound well. It just hurt. Look, I bought this new charger.
Cool.
My phone, this broke, and he told me I was going to have to replace it. He goes, well, you can replace it or you can buy a wireless charger. Oh. And it does this, and then it does my little watch right here.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I said, I guess I'm buying a new charger because I'm not paying to get my phone fixed.
Preach it, girlfriend.
All right. Love you.
I love you. Bye, guys.
Bye. See y'all next time.